sticking with more international updates, this is a new development where the Israeli Security Cabinet has announced its agreement for a ceasefire with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Now, the ceasefire, which begins on Wednesday morning, and according to reports, the formal announcement came after a voting is conducted amongst Israel's Security Cabinet. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in a statement, said that he is presenting the announcement to his full cabinet very soon.
הערב אביא לאישור הקבינט מתווה להפסקת אש בלבנון. משך הפסקת האש תלוי במה שיתרחש בלבנון. בהבנה מלאה עם ארצות הברית, אנחנו שומרים על חופש פעולה צבאי מלא. אם חיזבאללה יפר את ההסכם וינסה להתחמש, אנחנו נתקוף. אם הוא ינסה לחדש תשתיות טרור בסמוך לגבול, אנחנו נתקוף.
All right, with the statement that is now coming in from the Israeli Prime Minister, a ceasefire between Israel and Iran-backed group of Hezbollah, that now comes into effect after both sides have accepted an agreement that was also brokered by the United States and France, as far as President Joe Biden himself has spoken on the issue, making his remarks shortly after the Israel's Security Cabinet approved the agreement in a vote that when it comes to this is being designed for a permanent cessation of hostilities is what has been coming across from the President of the United States of America. We have Pradeep Datta with us right now. Pradeep, after months of hostilities, the main point that is now coming in from Benjamin Netanyahu, that he seems to suggest that Hezbollah almost has been demolished, it's been decimated. And here, when the war in the Middle East that continues to West Asia for us, they would be focusing on other things. But right now, when it comes to ceasefire, is something that they have now agreed upon.
Yes, after 13 months of hostilities and the fighting that had been going on between Lebanon, Hezbollah, as well as Israeli troops. Finally, there will be the ceasefire has been there now, and it's going to bring an end to all the hostilities, you rightly said, because now Israel wants to focus simply on Gaza. They want to decimate Hamas. That's what Netanyahu said, that they had been able to decimate most of the leaders of Hezbollah. That is what they had not been able to do in the past. And as per this ceasefire agreement, what they will be doing, that gradually now the troops will be shifting from in the Lebanon side. That means within 16 days, the Israeli troops will move from Lebanon. They will be coming toward the border side, and the Lebanese forces will be taking over that area, because the biggest difficulty right now is that the Lebanese forces are really short of funds, and it will not be that easy for them to take over. United Nations will also be helping them in this regard, because south of Litani they'll be moving, while as the Hezbollah will be moving towards the area that's north of the Litani River, that where they will be moving. And second more important thing is that the Joe Biden's presidency is about to end. It's within 2 months he'll be handing over the presidency to Donald Trump. So that will be the biggest diplomatic victory for Joe Biden too, because he had been insisting for the ceasefire for quite long, and finally, with the help of the France Emmanuel Macron, they had been able to broker this deal, and with the Benjamin Netanyahu and his cabinet seem to have accepted it.
We'll talk about what the US president has said over the ceasefire deal that has now been come across, but let's in the meantime also play out what Benjamin Netanyahu has said, that he was ready to implement a ceasefire deal and would respond forcefully to any violation by Hezbollah, where he's even cited 3 prominent reasons behind this big move.
חיזבאללה יפר את הפסקת האש לא רק אם הוא יירה עלינו, הוא יפר את ההסכם גם כשהוא ינסה להתחמש כדי לירות עלינו בעתיד. על כל הפרה שלו נגיב בעוצמה. אז למה לעשות הפסקת אש עכשיו? יש 3 סיבות עיקריות. סיבה ראשונה, התמקדות באיום האיראני, ולא ארחיב על כך. סיבה שנייה, רענון כוחות וחידוש מלאים. ואני אומר לכם בגלוי, כי זה לא סוד. היו עיכובים גדולים בהספקת נשק וחימושים. והעיכוב הזה עומד להשתחרר בקרוב. נצטייד באמצעי לחימה מתקדמים שישמרו על חיי חיילינו ויתנו לנו כוח מחץ נוסף להשלים את משימותינו. וסיבה שלישית להפסקת האש, ניתוק הזירה ובידוד החמאס.
Well, on part of President Joe Biden as well on the United States front and the role that it plays in the ceasefire deal that has now come across has called Israel and Hezbollah ceasefire agreement as good news and expressed hope that the pause in the more than 13 months of fighting would be a catalyst to also end the war with Gaza. Well, Joe Biden making that comments as far as stressing that Israel reserved the right to quickly resume operations in Lebanon if Hezbollah breaks the terms of the truce, where he has said that this deal between Israel and Hezbollah was designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities as well, as Israel and Hezbollah ceasefire would mark the first major step towards ending, probably when it comes to the region-wide unrest that was triggered by Hamas last year.
With the Prime Minister of Israel and Lebanon, I'm pleased to announce that their governments have accepted the United States proposal to end the devastating conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. Under the deal reached today, effective at 4 a.m. tomorrow local time, the fighting across the Lebanese-Israeli border will end. It reminds us that peace is possible. As long as that is the case, I will not for a single moment stop working to achieve it. I just spoke with the Prime Minister of Israel and
Well, clearly